Greetings, everyone. DFG-End. Hey, guys. Remember the video I did a couple of days ago and talking about black empowerment and how that in order for us to truly have black empowerment in terms of building inside of the community, doing business inside of the community, that we had to have a structure, we had to have a foundation, laws, bylaws, etc. Things like every other community has that, unfortunately, we Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, black people here in America, we lack. We don't have it. We had it. We don't have it anymore. But I want to share something with you that, again, sheds light on why my conviction and my, yeah, I guess conviction is the best word. It's so adamant. And to show you just how sad we have become as a community. How pitiful as a community, as a collective. I'm not talking about individuals. Some of you guys are great guys, and so this doesn't apply to you, but you're a part of our community, so indirectly, it is you too, me too as well. But Atatiana Jefferson, as you guys know, she was the 28-year-old who was assassinated by the Fort Worth Police Department. One of their officers assassinated her. You guys know the story. And her body is not even in the ground yet. And yet there's all kind of controversy and bullshit, for lack of a better word, on, processing her. You got aunties of hers who have taken it upon themselves to totally dismiss her father. I don't know their backstory, but I know publicly that should not be a part of any story. If you had a community, that's the kind of shit you talk about in the back room. That's not, your mama would have told you, you don't tell all business in the street. That's, if you had a community, your mammy would have told your dumb ass that. Okay, I'll stop. But so you got the auntie in that group dismissing the man who may not be her biological father, but he adopted her. So legally, he's her father, been her father since she was 3 months old. And you have them totally dismissing this guy. Then you got these jackleg lawyers like Lee Merritt exploring it. And I understand he had put out a GoFundMe. So far, has raised $250,000, $250,000 for her funeral services, all the while knowing that her father has had a policy on his daughter for 20 years. And they had the audacity to schedule a funeral for this young lady at Potter's house with T.D. Jake's snake ass as the presiding pastor when the woman is not a member of his church, which is again bullshit. And you might say, well, why is that bullshit, DFG? Well, let me tell you something. I guarantee you, any one of you guys, if you're not a member of Potter's house and your child gets killed tomorrow morning, take them, go call Potter's house and tell them you want to bury their child in the church and see what the hell's going to happen. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That's why I call him a snake. Doesn't give a damn about, Atatiana. He gives a damn about, exploiting her debt to the edification, of his, lying hypocrisy of a ministry. The Most High will judge him. And unfortunately, those blind sheep who are supporting his ministry, at the end of the day, you're accountable for your own soul. He's accountable for your soul too, but you're accountable with that. But I digress. And so now you got the father on the other side having to do a press conference. Now, auntie did one in the family. Now the father's over there doing a press conference. And now you got this whole thing going on with the father and what's happening there. But before I go any farther, you know me, let me give you some receipts here. Just, I'm going to let you watch about 3 minutes of this video, okay, of the father. If you haven't seen the video, you get a chance to see it. You can look up the video online in its entirety, and I'll tell you where you can find that, okay? The name of that video is Atatiana's Jefferson father holds news conference after ordering stop to daughter's funeral, okay? That's the name of it, just so and I'll put that in my description box as well. But check this out. That's the father with the beard.
couldn't tell you because I'm at Faith Temple. Um, I know what the restraining order says. I know that Golden Gate Funeral Home honored the restraining order that prevented them from moving the remains. So the remains is still at Golden Gate. The remains will be at Golden Gate until the funeral takes place next week. I have heard that they will have a memorial regardless. And unfortunately, here's what I realized. This became a puppeteer effort to celebrate different platforms. Atatiana got lost in the place. Speakers want to speak about what? You want to do services for what? This should be about a young lady who was fighting to do something great, and that was to become a doctor. So we will have a service that honors her. We will invite individuals from all faiths, all races, to come in and do what we can beyond the funeral. What's next? We cannot continually raise sand when someone dies and we do nothing in between the deaths. So that's what he wants to take place. And with these pastors and with the Seventh-day Adventists and other, the nation has reached out and said they would love to be a part. The United Methodist Church has said they would love to be a part. And I believe that that's what this...
Now I'm gonna stop this video right there. Because even his ass is adrift, the guy that's speaking. Because I thought this had something to do with the Fort Worth Police Department killing an innocent black woman in her own home. I mean, unless I missed something, isn't that what this was supposed to be all about? You know, putting processes in place of challenging the city, challenging the city's officials, challenging the police chief around their behavior and aggression and violence towards people of color in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But as you see, because we have no culture, because we lack fundamental truths inside of our community, the whole situation now has become all about something that has nothing to do with the injustice that purportedly it was all about in the first place. And so now her death is going to be made a mockery of again, as so many other, unfortunate murders of our children by the police departments of America with the support of the United States government of America and a lot of these jackleg preachers who profess to be men and women of God who are not shit. Devils, sheep in wolves' clothes. I'm going to call them like they are. But here it is again. Both sides fighting for notoriety, fighting for publicity. But if you notice, neither side has said, you know what, we're going to take this baby, this young lady, our daughter, and we're going to bury her quietly. And then we're going to go and we're going to take this issue up, not only to the city, but to the state government and to the national government until we have them redress police brutality against people of color in the United States of America. Using her death in the way that it should be, magnified. Where true justice can come from the violence that was perpetuated on her. See, that's what the community would have done. You wouldn't have, other ethnic groups having the mother and the father on national doing news conferences about some bullshit about who's going to bury her, what funeral service is going to have what, and who's going to come, and everybody in the world from every damn faith going to come. Hell, I wonder if the woman was even a believer in the first damn place. I wonder if she was a member of anybody's damn church. Probably not. I don't know that, but I wouldn't surprise me at all if she wasn't one of them Christians. But again, see, that's the sad tale of a broken community, a scattered people. Because even the adults, the individuals who are responsible for processing the body of a loved one, can be bought, they can be compromised, they can be upstaged, and we, as a people, can be humiliated because of the behavior of those among us. And it's sad. And this happens all the time. and these T.D. Jakes, or I even understand that T.D. Jakes made a comment, all right, and this is allegedly made a comment when the father pretty much had gotten an injunction, a court injunction that stated that they could not forcibly take her body from the funeral home, her remains from the funeral home to his church, that he said he knew people and he could make a call to a judge and get that overturned. Well, I thought church and I thought what's the Constitution? Church and state. I thought church had nothing to do with state. So, Mr. T.D. Snakes, Jake, who you in the bed with? Probably literally, but who you in the bed with that you can pick up a phone and call a judge, and a judge can go against the wishes of a father, of a child who was assassinated? Who are you? And all you congregants who flock to Potter's house every Sunday for your entertainment, for your opioids, for your high, and you walk out of there, go in there with $20, leave out there with nothing. All of you guys, what do you think about that? Oh, I forgot. It's the pastor. The pastor. We got a pastor. We can't question the pastor. Yeah, right. The blind leading the blind. And you know what the good book says? The blind leads the blind. They're both gonna fall into the ditch. So guess what? There's no excuse for you guys either. But just a charade of a religion, a charade of a ministry that he has. It's a farce. Guy cares more about standing on the stage twisting like a little gay girl, strutting. Go watch one of his damn strutting, and I mean, he got more feminine ways than you can shake his stick. It's no wonder 2 of his sons are homosexual, allegedly. And one of his daughters having a child at 14 years old, allegedly. Because I'm sure, when daddy's away, daddy played with the boys, allegedly. Maybe Eddie Long could told us that because he played with boys, right? But then again, I forgot. Eddie Long is dead from AIDS for playing with little boys, who his spiritual father was, you guessed it, T.D. Jakes the Snake. To the Jefferson family again, it's sad, that money has gotten in the way, greed has gotten in the way, notoriety has gotten in the way, and for what? For what? What? So that your daughter now can be marginalized, so she become a nobody. And that's sad. And for the Jefferson family, that you guys own. And we as a people, again, and I say this, guys, with all love and respect to our people. The scripture says, and you heard me talk about it before, our people perish for a lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And it's really sad because of our ignorance. We are continually being victimized by these wicked forces, these Klansmen with police uniforms on, attacking the slave catchers, abusing and murdering us, have us horrified to go in the streets. I'm sure some of you guys saw the video the other day with a young man being confronted for having air freshener in his car and being accused of acting, being questioned about, do you have heroin, do you have marijuana 3 or 4 times? You look like you nervous. You must be up to something. Stop lying. On and on and on. Police officer, Missouri, I believe that's where that was. I think I got that right, but again, you can look that up too. But it's that is why we can't even drive down the street as men and women of color, and a police car's behind us where we can't have a peace of mind. Because when injustice is done to us, we lose our focus. We become like kids who are running after shiny things. We get so easily distracted. And guess what? The majority race knows that about us. We're easily distracted. Just wave a little carrot in front of us, some little trinket in front of us, and there we off like a little kid, distracted onto something different. And unfortunately, that's what's happening with Atatiana.